Imagine being from Wakanda and still underestimating women. Out here acting like the Royal Guard isn't exclusively women. Spoilers for Eyes of Wakanda. Episode 3 is by far my favorite episode of the series. Not just because we got to see the Iron Fist, but also because I felt like the message that they were trying to portray was on full display here. This warrior was blindly following a mission without any consideration of what this artifact meant for the people he was taking it from. Effectively becoming the people that they are actively trying to fight against. Because while yes, this artifact had a sliver of vibranium in it, that country has had it for over 1,000 years and considered it sacred. And the gag is, he knew that. Not only does he call it a sacred artifact when he's reporting to his boss, but they go out of their way to show that mans was out there in the streets, living, going to church, hooking up with Shorty, listening to what she had to say. And in the end, the mission was the only thing that mattered. There was no room for nuance, which led to more trouble than it was worth. Truthfully, I thought that these guys got off easy. Because best believe, if I pulled you out of the snow and then gave you some fresh beef stew, then brought you to my church and you stole from it, it's up from then on. And I'm telling your boss, the Iron Fist not only highlighted to the Wakandans that they are not as impenetrable as they believe, she was the first one to truly highlight how convoluted the message has become. Because as I mentioned before, this artifact meant more to her people than it did to them. That little piece of vibranium, they did not miss. It was already gone for 1,000 years. What are we doing here? And she had no problem just giving it to him. But they want to be so high and mighty that they never consider anything outside of what they've been taught. Down to them not even considering that the Iron Fist would be a woman. Because not only was this woman small, but she spoke while she was washing everyone up. And they still was like, yeah, somebody gotta get this guy. Huh? Y'all from a nation where women are on equal footing as men. Y'all so wrapped up in what your perception of outside society is, you don't think that anyone is on your level. You can't fathom that a woman from another country got hands like that. You would think that this event would spark change where they would consider what their policies were around vibranium. But we see in the final episode when they go to get that artifact that it's only the threat of the destruction of Wakanda that could ever change their line of thinking. And it just highlights how people who aren't part of a community and only work for themselves ultimately lose in the end. I don't know if I gave Eyes of Wakanda a ranking in my last video, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it 4.5 out of 5 Frankie Flames. Slapped.